SOP number 4, gawa natin siya ng null, you will say, there is no significant relationship between AF at saka WRF. If you want to say alternative, you will say, there is a significant relationship, etc. Ang sa akin, bakit null? The reason based on the literature, because we want to achieve the positive one, yung alternative kasi. We want to establish na meron silang relationship. We want to declare lang muna initially na wala silang relationship kasi for me lang practically speaking, pag gumamit ka ng alternative na hypothesis, there is a significant relationship. Dineclare mo na, ay, para sa akin, ang educated guess ko, meron siyang relationship. Paano pag sinabi ng statistician based on his calculation, uy, wala bang relationship based on the p-value? So, mali yung hula mo. Okay, di ba? So, anong gagawin mo? Di i-accept mo talaga yung i-accept mo na wala talaga silang relationship. Okay? Ganun yun, plain safe, no? We're using null kasi nga wala pa tayong hindi pa tayo sure, no, kung meron talagang relationship. We want to achieve the positive one. Okay, ganun naman talaga kasi what if wala siyang significant relationship, so what can you recommend? 'Di ba? Something like that. Meron kang pwedeng magawa na recommendation, but medyo in some other student nahihirapan sila kasi nga walang na-establish na relationship, no? Mas maganda kasi merong relationship, no? We can say a lot sa recommendation ng thesis ninyo. Okay? So in this case, no, 'di ba kinompute natin yung descriptive correlational na part. So meron silang relationship. Okay? Sinabi mo dito wala silang relationship. So ang gagawin natin, i-reject natin ang sinabi natin na HO1. So i-accept natin yung alternative, no? The alternative, 'di ba, is there is a significant relationship. So what is the annotation if alternative? What would be the statistical annotation? HA, okay? HA1. There is a significant relationship. So again, I will repeat. If the result of your the result of your descriptive correlational na yung sa Pearson R is said to be significant, less than 0.05, now what is our decision? Diba? Naalala pa yon. What is our cutoff value nga for the p-value para masabi mo siya na significant? Okay, answer me. What is the cutoff value? Dapat?
0.77.
No.
Sa p-value 0.05.
Again, is the p-value.
0.05 ang
the p-value, makinig intindihin niyo ito. If the p-value is less than 0.05, the answer is significant. Diba? Significant. Diba we have computed it already, yung p-value ng Pearson R. Diba? Yung Pearson R value niya is 0.003, I think. Let's say pag less than 0.05 yung p-value niya, significant ang correlation, ang relationship ng dalawa. So my question here, no? What is our decision? What is our statistical decision here? So kapag yung p-value, what is our p-value in our case before? 0.003,
sir.
Diba? 0.003. Okay, tingnan mo o 0.003. I think this is the p-value. Yung pag-compute natin, no? So yung p-value, no, 0.003, is this less than 0.05? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Less than, sir.
Yes, so, less than siya, significant siya. Right? So ngayon, pag significant yung p-value mo, what is our decision? Kasi yung sabi mo kanina, you are using null, no? Sinabi mo, there is no significant relationship between your AF at saka WRF. So, ano yung statistical decision mo? We will reject, no? Dito mo to aning null na ko ani nagibuhat. So, we need to reject. Reject the null. So, anong gagawin mo pag ni-reject mo yung null? You will accept the
Alternative, sir.
alternative hypothesis. Okay? Ibig sabihin, totoo nga, no, na meron silang relationship. Naintindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Baka magkamali kayo sa results na discussion of your results. I think that is chapter 3 sa thesis. Okay, now we will create another, no? We will create a null hypothesis, no? So, ilang hypothesis niya? I will repeat this question na ilang hypothesis ba ang gagawin dito sa case natin?
Dalawa, sir.
Dalawa, sir.
Dalawa.
Bakit dalawa? Kasi based on the SOP, dalawa lang ang
Null and alternative, sir.
Dalawa lang ang may inferential na
Inferential.
There are two types of statistics. Ilan nga? Ano yung una? Descriptive.
Descriptive and inferential.
So, pag alam mo na okay, may dalawa lang akong inferential. So I will make two hypothesis. Okay. So how to make a null hypothesis for SOP number 5? So lagyan ko lang ng ng indicator dito. The HO1 or the null hypothesis, that is for SOP number 4. So how about for the SOP number 5? How to make a null hypothesis? Sige nga, who wants to volunteer? How to create a null hypothesis for SOP number 5? Sige nga.
I will volunteer, sir.
Sige, sandali lang. Balik muna ako sa Gmeet ko. Sino yon? Si
Hiralde po, sir.
Sige, Ma'am Hiralde, go ahead. Sige.
Ay, sir, pwede ibalik yung sir? Yung sa mga SOP?
Nawala, dahil lang ha. Si Ma'am Hiralde, makinig kayo kay Ma'am Hiralde ha. Sige, Ma'am Hiralde, go ahead.
Null hypothesis, sir, no?
Sa number 5. Maklaro ba? Dahil lang halakihan ko ha. Maklaro ba ninyo?
Yes, sir.
Magunin siya, dahil lang yun ha. Dakuan siya na to. Kani. Ayan. Klaro na, mas clear siya. Sige. Sige, okay. Ma'am Hiralde.
Yes, sir. The level of alarm fatigue does not significantly influence work role functioning among nurses.
Okay, very good. No, does not. Okay, so kopyahin mo lang, no? Give us a round of applause with Ma'am Hiralde. So, yan.
Thank you, sir.
So, the level of, highlight ko muna. So, ayan. Basta inaani siya. Okay, the level of alarm fatigue does not significantly influence the work role function. Inaintindihan ba? How about the others? So this is SOP number 5.
5.
Nagets ba? How about the others? Nagets?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we will determine, no? We will run sige nga. Anong klaseng regression ang pwede nating ma-run dito? Let's say for example na-achieve natin ang assumptions ng mga parametric test. Anong klaseng regression ito? We have 1 IV at saka 1 DV. Let's say I will say again na-achieve yung parametric test assumptions natin. Anong klaseng regression?
Simple linear, sir.
Very good. It's your simple linear regression. What if, sir, hindi ko na-achieve lahat-lahat, nagawa na ako ng mga statistical remedy, no? Hindi siya na-achieve. Anong possible na counterpart na non-parametric na regression? That is your
multiple.
No. Hindi nasabi ko, no? It starts with letter K.
Kolmogorov.
Kolmogorov is a fourth test of normality. The answer is kernel regression.
Kernel.
Actually, maraming marami pang pwedeng gamitin na. One of the good example is kernel regression. Meron din yung, let's say for example, sir, halos na-achieve ko yung mga assumption. Kaso nga lang, may problema ako sa collinearity, sa multicollinearity. Parang may multicollinear yung data ko. Now, if you are after with addressing the multicollinear, there's a non-parametric counterpart of regression. We call that kernel ridge. Yung isa walang ridge. Actually, your SPSS can run kernel ridge regression. Pero yung kernel regression, halos hindi pa siya functional sa SPSS. So, ang ginagamit ko is the other software. We call that Stata.
Sir, wala ka, sir.
Wala. Dahil lang Hello, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Ulitin ko nakapas ba? Ano yung counterpart nga kapag hindi nakapasa sa regression ng mga assumption? Let's say halos lahat hindi mo siya na-achieve. We can use kernel regression, right?
Kernel.
Madungga naman, no? If yung problema mo lang is let's say multicollinear, ang daming multicollinear sa dataset ko. No? 'Di ba? I think nagsabi na ako kanina, yung ganito yung mga tinitingnan natin ng mga parameters, no? Ayan. Sir, halos multicollinear yung data ko. Okay? Ano yung tinitingnan nga kung gusto mo lang malaman kung meron siyang multicollinearity, ano yung tinitingnan sa table ng regression? Ano yung tinitingnan natin?
Interval or
Tinitingnan natin, ha?
interval or ratio, sir?
Hindi pa. Paano natin malaman kung multicollinear yung data mo? Ano yung statistic na tinitingnan?
Autocorrelation.
No, there's another term for that. It starts with letter T, di ba yung tolerance at saka yung
Tolerance.
VIF.
VIF, variance inflation.
Your VIF at saka tolerance, ha? Okay, balik tayo. Okay, kernel ridge regression, if your problem only is, ano nga yun? If may mga multicollinear lang sa dataset mo. In some textbook, actually ang SPSS din is can run non-parametric counterpart. Let's say, halos hindi na siya norma, halos violate na talaga. There's a big violation of the parametric assumption. We can also run GLM, yung Generalized Linear Model. GLM, Generalized Linear Model. This can be a counterpart, no? You can use this one if halos lahat, let's say, or majority of the assumption na violate, no? Intindi na, dapat alam ninyo yung mga parametric assumption because linear regression, mapa-multiple or simple, it is highly parametric test. Okay? So, sige, mag-run na ta. So, kindly open your SPSS. To the case of Miss Alpanta, no, I've checked your data, no. Can you open now your file?
Yes, sir. Ma-open na, sir.
Thank you. Sige, so I think we have the same, no? We have same variables, no? Can you see my interface? Na meron na kayong AF log 10, etc. Tama ba? We have 52 na no? Okay, balik tayo Okay. Anong gagawin natin? Magra-run tayo kasi meron pa tayong test of difference, yung mga ANOVA, t-test, no, paired sample t-test, etc. So, ganito. Gawin natin, no, analyze. Click analyze. Can you follow?
Wait lang.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Okay.
Ay, Sir Mark, balik pa ba tayo sa EF log 10, sir, no?
Sa to? Sa to, ma'am?
Sir Mark, mo to kung concern, nakulangan ko sa EF log 10, Sir Mark.
AF log 10, how to produce AF. Sige, kindly follow after me, ha. So, dito ka, ma'am, sa compute variable. I-click mo itong transform, good, ma'am. Ayan. Tapos, i-type mo dyan, ma'am, AF log 10. AF underscore log 10. Sige, ma'am. I-type mo AF
Sige,
underscore
sir. Follow ko, sir.
log 10. Okay na, ma'am? Tapos, you can see a mathematical function about the logarithm, the log 10 or the LG10. Pwede mo din siyang i-type na lang, ma'am, LG10. LG10. Na-type mo na, ma'am. Hello?
Sir.
And then open parenthesis. Hanapin mo dito sa kilid yung AF mo. Ayan. Then, close parenthesis.
EF lang.
EF. Yung EF mo. Tapos, click mo lang yung okay, ma'am. Okay na, ma'am?
Proper, sir.
Yung iba,
Nana, sir.
Nana, kindly close your, yung mic niyo kasi may mga background noise. Okay na? Wala na. Yes, Miss Ruby, you're raising your hand. Do you have any question? Wala na. Can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Sige.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Ay, kasi meron pa tayo, reliability. So, dapat sana matapos natin. So, can you commit a little amount of time para ma-cover natin
Okay,
lahat?
sir.
Okay,
Is it
sir.
okay in your end? Wala man mo gadali, no?
Wala man.
Errands after. Kasi last day na bitaw ni, di na nako tamo init sa sa 6 week.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Run. Okay. Analyze. Click analyze, then click mo yung regression.
Sir, excuse po.
Ay, ano man? Yes, question.
Kasi di ba tapos na tayo dun sa Cook's distance, sir? After ng AF log 10.
Giranan to na ako katugong na i-concern si Miss Alpanta.
So tanggalin ba namin to, sir, as is lang?
Pwede nyo i-delete muna. Sige daw.
Okay.
How to delete, no? Tanggalin nyo muna yung Cook's distance. So, madali lang man tanggalin. I-highlight mo lang, then delete. Clear. For example, I want to clear this one. Pindutin mo lang yung clear. Sige nga, i-delete nyo nga.
Okay na po, sir. Salamat po.
Sige.
So, paano yun, sir? I-clear, sir?
I-click ni mo ning row. Di ba, mag-highlight man na siya niya.
Yes, sir.
Tapos clear da yun.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
How about the others? Sige. Wala. Okay na ta. So, mag-analyze sa tag regression.
Okay na, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, here we need to click regression, then click linear. Click regression and click linear. Pag-click niyo ng linear, no, you will be directed in this table, no? So, nag-aasa, ano yung ilalagay natin sa dependent? I think you know naman, ano yung dependent variable mo na transform natin? Transform yung base dito sa yung normal natin na variable. Anong ilalagay natin sa dependent? Anong code? Your
WRF?
yes, di ba? Sa conceptual framework natin, that is your
WRF.
Your independent variable na normalize natin, your AF log 10, right? Okay? Okay? Then sa method, do not edit, no? We will use only the enter method. Okay? Kasi itong stepwise, remove, backward, forward, ginagamit ito if you want to run, let's say for example, moderation analysis, it's a higher form of regression. So I cannot go in detail about this one. As I promised, no, gusto ko lang ma-appreciate nyo yung basic concepts ng regression. So I do not have a lot of time to go in detail how to run mediation analysis. But if you want me to run, I will show you by the use of Smart TLS. So maybe if napatay time later, no. I will explain what is that mediation or moderation. Did your research instructor give you some idea about what is mediation at saka moderation. Paano gumawa ng conceptual framework na moderation, yung isa, mediation. Kasi yun yung maganda din na i-thesis ninyo. So sa masters, no? Pang masters level talaga yung mediation analysis at saka yung moderation analysis. Maganda yun kasi it involves higher form of regression ng mga statistics. Okay? But whatsoever. So we will run muna. Again, only focus in linear regression. So click statistics. Na-click na.
Yes, sir.
So, di ba sa residuals, ganito sabot kung naamoy SOP na regression, no, SOP number 5, yung SOP number 4, correlation lang. So, here's a tip, no, this is a tip, no, run mo muna, i-check mo muna natin yung assumption ng regression. Sabot sa taha, sir, kinsa man ako nahon i-check ang assumption ni Pearson or assumption ni regression. Okay, I will give you some tip. Unahin muna natin i-check yung assumption ni regression. Kasi pag na-suffice natin, pag na-follow natin yung assumption ni regression, matik na ang correlation na part na SOP, parametric po. Let's say, for example, sir, na-achieve ba na to ang regression na yung mga requirements? So, matik po na-achieve mo na to ang assumption ni Pearson or ni Spearman?
Pearson.
Pearson, because Pearson is also a parametric test and linear regression is a parametric. Okay? So, ang ginagawa dito sa linear regression, ang ginatanaw niya na normality is the normality of residual. Okay? So, later on, I will show you ano yung sinasabi ko ng mga normality niya. Check first the estimate, then check the model fit, then your R-squared change, then collinearity diagnostic. Diba sabi nga ng assumption, dapat hindi siya multicollinear. Okay? Walang collinearity. So we need to check, no, to diagnose if mayroon ba siyang collinearity. So check the collinearity diagnostics. Then check the Durbin-Watson. Okay? Ano nga, para saan nga si Durbin? Diba? Kung meron ba siya, autocorrelation, no? Dapat hindi siya autocorrelated, or other term for that, yung test of independence of observation. Naintindihan ba? Si Durbin-Watson, what is our normal range kay Durbin-Watson? Yung D.
1.5 to 2.5, sir.
Okay, very good. Yung 1.5 to 2.5. After that, you need to click continue. Continue lang. Then, sa plots, no? Ano yung gagawin natin sa plots? Okay? Sa baba, meron tayong standardized residual plots. No? Maganda, dapat malaman natin ito kung noisy ba yung distribution ng data mo by using the residual plots, no, na standardized. Sir, what is standardized? No, what is this standardized? No, sa statistics kasi meron tayong standardized na mga value. No, it is represented by Z value. Okay, standardized kasi siya, na-transform na ang data into smaller value. No, di ba? Let's say you have big value like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, may iba pa, may 7, may 6. So, pag gina-standardize mo, nagagamay ang values. So, it's a software to decide, no? It's the software na ang gumagawa niyan, no? How to standardize your data. Kasi we want to approach to make the standard deviation close to 1, okay, and make the means at the point of 0. Okay, but again and again, mas eksakto kasi pag naka-standardize ang ating mga data. Okay, click histogram para malaman natin yung pattern ng ating data, yung Gaussian, yung bell curve, no, yung Gaussian distribution. Then next, click the normal probability plot para makita natin sa plot, no, kung may mga deviation ba from the normal standard deviation. Okay, dito sa sa kabila, can you follow? Maapas na ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yung meron dito X, 'di ba? Meron dito Y. Makita ba X? 'Di ba sa Cartesian plane, 'di ba? I think you remember the basic math, no? If we graph, no, the vertical at saka yung isa, the horizontal axis. if you will contextualize that into to statistics, no, x is x no represents your independent variable. Okay, your x again your x represent your what independent.
Independent.
Your IV. What is your IV here? So what is your x here?
WRF.
Independent na.
Independent, sir.
Independent.
Independent.
Independent. No, the independent variable here is your alarm fatigue.
Alarm fatigue.
No, x again your x here is your IV, while the other one, your y here is your DV.
DV.
So what is your DV here? Your
WRF, sir.
WRF. So anong ilalagay natin dito? So hanapin nyo yung Z-pred, no? Ito, Z-pred. Z means is standardized, no? Standardized predictor. Okay? Pred kasi predictor. No, ilagay mo siya doon sa X. Dapat sa X, Z-pred. May mabasa ko yun, Z-pred. Okay na? Then sa Y, no, ilagay mo yung Z-recede. Means that is your residual. Z-recede. Naintindihan? Nalagay na ba? Y, recede.
Done na, sir.
Okay. Then click mo lang yung continue. Then how about the save? So dito maybe we can use distances for the outliers, no? We can use lang the cooks. Actually, you can have options here. We can use Mahalanobis cooks or leverage. But I'm very comfortable with the cooks. Sa predicted value, click mo yung unstandardized, standardized, adjusted. Actually, it's yung adjusted dito optional. But we want to know lang, no? We want to know. Residual, click mo yung standardized residual. Then sa influence statistics, no? Ito yung sinasabi ko. No, if you're trying to know prediction and test of influence, importante ito. So click mo yung standardized DF, no? DF means degree of freedom betas. No, kailangan natin ma-interpret yung beta value here. So later on I will teach you how to interpret this beta value. Ano yung kinalaman nito sa conclusion ng iyong study. Okay, na-click na ba? So, how many boxes here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, dapat 6, no? Ma-click mo yung sinabi ko. Na-click na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, click continue. Then, dito sa option, wala kayong i-edit kasi na-set na siya as sa social science kasi. Ina-accept naman yung 0.05 na alpha level of significance. No? So, wala kayong i-edit. Even dito sa style, okay? Even dito sa bootstrap. We cannot do bootstrapping here since hindi man natin alam kung may mga violations sa normality. Kasi pag hindi normally distributed yung data mo, most likely, we can use the bootstrapping as a method or as a remedy to normalize the data set. So, wala lang tayong gawin dito. The only thing here is your statistics, your plots, the save option, the save then sa option wala. So, tatlo lang na area. So, after that, if okay na kayo, click mo yung okay. Then, antayin mo lang maglabas yung results. Okay? Meron ba kayong results na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ano to? So, we need to check first the modal summary. Ay, sir, ganun naman ni ANOVA. Di ba ANOVA is used for the test of difference for comparative? Ito ha. We will refute this myth about some panelists, no? Some panelists who always argue with the other panelists also that they don't know how to interpret statistics as if they are really knowledgeable to statistics, but in reality, they do not have experience about how to run SPSS, or even they don't have no formidable experience about statistics. They just define it as usual. Ay, sir, ANOVA man yan. Bakit pina-ANOVA mo yan bakit pinagamit mo yung ANOVA sa statistical analysis ng student mo. So siguro sa mga may mga alam sa statistics, no? Ngilom na sila. Ako po dumatingala na po nung ginato man ng comment murag for me mangod kababaw ba ani nga comment, no? Nakakita lang siya ANOVA, abi niya ANOVA jud ang giran, no? Para ma-answer ang SOP and ang dami pa niyang sat-sat, no? Sabi pa niya, ay mali yan, no? May mga ganun pa na comment, no? Ang daming side comments, no? It is a challenge for the researchers to prove, no, yung proper use of parametric test. Okay, take note Sir, bakit may ANOVA? No? Is it really ANOVA yung ginamit ko sa test, hindi siya regression? Okay. Makinig. Sir, bakit may ANOVA? It is normal, no? It is normal that the statistical results after you run regression analysis na may ANOVA table kasi bakit? Both ANOVA and regression, they're under the broad class of the statistical families, no? One of the statistical families, we call that GLM. Mga general linear. Iba din yung generalized linear, no? General linear models. Kasi before naging OLS, real, di ba? Come to think about this one, there are histories about this, no? Bakit anong nangyari before from the OLS, ordinary least square regression analysis, etc. Na nagkaroon pa ng panibago, may mga updates kasi, no? Hindi ibig sabihin may ANOVA, nagko-compare ka na ng two groups, no? Kumbaga, there's a comparison. Hindi, no? Mali 'yon na thinking. Wala yan siya sa libro. No, okay, again, I want to refute this one. No, and masyado talaga siyang mali, no? And I really disagree with those comments, no? Bakit may ANOVA? What is the purpose of this ANOVA table? Yung ANOVA table kasi nagbibigay siya ng F value. Okay, yung F value niya na let's say any value can vary, no? Yung F value na iyan, as per the APA ruling, no, if your intention is to report the regression table, sa baba yan, nagpapalagay kasi yung APA rule na 7th edition, kailangan mo ilagay yung F value once gumagamit ka, once nagdi-display ka ng regression table. Yung F value kasi, siya yung nagsasabi sa kabuuan ng model mo kung significant ba yan yung mga in-enter mo na variable, no, yung both independent at saka dependent variable mo. Importante siya. And we cannot produce F value without this ANOVA. Because si ANOVA lang ang meron yan, hindi yung model summary ni regression. Okay? Hindi yung model summary ni regression. So if so happen, no, kasi again not all research panelists has experience with statistics. Hindi porket graduate yung hindi kasi lahat ng PhD, no, they are concentrating with statistics. Yes, no, masters has PhD, masters has subjects in statistics, no. But ang problem ba, pinapaintindi ba ito sa student yung mga basic statistics, even the values here? That sounds like para bang nagko-contradict sa mga model summary ng mga statistical table. PhD courses also, normal yan, merong mga advanced statistics, no? But there are other informal education that provides an in-depth discussion about statistics. Kasi meron tayong biostatistics, meron tayong mga applied statistics, no? Again and again, ang dami kasi myth, no? And some of them, they do not really understand the presentation of the regression table. So sometimes, no, I'm very frustrated sa mga kasamahan ko na panel na they really lack knowledge about this regression. I don't know how did they become a master's in their field or even PhD in their field na kasimple-simple lang ng sana no na maintindihan na itong model summary, but they are presenting a different views or philosophical statistical stance about this regression na wala naman sa libro. Siguro ang pagkaintindi lang nila, ANOVA kasi ginagamit for comparison. Doon na they stop, no? Sabihin nila ay mali na lahat kasi comparison ang sa student test of influence. That is wrong. Do not just give implication based on the mere definition of what is ANOVA. Later on, I will explain what is ANOVA. What is the difference of ANOVA that na nire-report dito sa regression. Kasi yung ANOVA dito, it is just a supplementary information that can explain the overall variable that you enter doon sa regression table. Okay? So ulitin natin na, kung meron bang ANOVA sa nire-report niyo dito sa na nakita niyo sa SPSS, automatic ba yan na comparative yung study mo? Yes or no?
No.
The answer is no.
No.
Okay, the answer is no. Kaya sometimes no, hindi ko napipigilan yung ko sarili ko kasi sometimes if I feel that mali, no, it's not existent in the literature. I need to control my kasi no. Kasi for me mali kasi siya. Na bakit ganun ba ang pagka-interpret niya? Later did I know wala pala siyang background sa statistics. So dito tayo. So ano ba ang kailangan natin na mga model summary statistical model, no? How to interpret this one? So 'di ba sinabi ko na sa inyo yung mga basic lang na intindihin muna natin yung mga assumption. Assumption number 1, I think na-achieve na natin. Dapat continuous yung data mo. Both are continuous. Tapos may sinabi pa ako yung Durbin-Watson test. Okay. The Durbin-Watson here is said to be 2.5, 2.502, 2.502 or 2.5, roughly 2.5. Is this serious na ma-violate mo talaga yung ano ba yung purpose ng Durbin-Watson? What are we trying to address here? Anong assumption? What is that name of that assumption? What is the name of assumption sa Durbin-Watson? Ano yung assumption? Para saan si Durbin-Watson niya? Ginagamit siya kung meron
Autocorrelated.
Autocorrelated siya, sir.
So, ang 2.5, let's say 2.5, no? May serious autocorrelation ba?
Wala, sir.
Wala. Kasi ano yung normal natin?
1.
1.5 to 2.5, sir.
Okay, very good. So, although in 3 decimal points, no, meron pa siyang 0 to, but that does not implicate a serious autocorrelation. Andali lang, guys. Madali lang. Okay. Okay, ito na. Ano pang titingnan mo dito? The R squared. Okay? Itong R na ito, usually, kung anong nireport sa taas, the Pearson's correlation, let's say the R is 3.466. Nag-iiba yun sa regression na. So, the R square, bakit ba 120 ito? Kasi square mo lang yung 0.346. Sir, ano yung kaibahan doon sa R square na plane? Kasi, sasabihin ko lang sa model summary, yung mga very important points dito na nire-report, especially sa pagdating sa final defense, no? Kung meron kayong regression. So, R square, ginagamit lang siya for simple linear regression. If you have only one predictor or one IV, please report only the R square. The other one is adjusted. Usually adjusted kasi there's what we call statistical penalty of the IV na or predictor na ni-enter mo. So, meron nagkakaroon ng adjustment sa R squared din. Nadadamay din yung R squared value. So the more na naglo-load, ang dami mong pinasok na mga independent variables or predictor, nagkakaroon ng adjustment. Okay? So better to report. Again, if you have 2 or more independent variable or predictor, okay? Especially in the case of multiple linear regression, please report the adjusted R-square. That is reliable than R-square. Again, may difference yan sila. R-square for simple linear, adjusted R-square for multiple linear regression analysis. So na-achieve natin yung Durbin-Watson. Record mo lang ito R-square. Paano ba ini-interpret yung R-squared value? Kasi later on, I will explain that one by one. Then, sa ANOVA table natin, usually, wala tayong concern. So it says here, significant yung ating table. So ibig sabihin, hindi lang yung p-value ang ating titingnan, like the way we interpret the Pearson correlation, kung may significant, yung kabuuan ng table mo, the significance of the model, hindi lang si IV or si DV, but yung dalawa, yung ilang pinasok mo na IV, titingnan natin, no? Significant ba ang kanyang model? And there's other term for that, fit ba yung model? Model fitting. Ayan, for model fitting. So, wala tayong concern kay ANOVA since the significant value is 0.003. Okay? So, i-extract natin later, ilalagay natin as footnote itong F value. Okay? As required by the APA ruling na 7th edition format. Again when you say 7th edition na APA ruling, no, hindi lang yung reference. Pag sinabi mong APA, baka sa tingin niyo reference lang. It is a makapal yan siya na libro, and nandun lahat, nakapaloob lahat ng mga format ng thesis at dissertation, specifically how to display the ANOVA table, no, lahat ng mga statistical formatting, no, andun lahat sa APA. You can access that online, yung 7th edition. And we are compliant, no, with the APA na 7th edition. The Davao Doc is really compliant with that since the research office, as a head of the research office, I registered that for the ISO na standard, no. So, meron kaming registration na bago lang kami na-approve as an ISO na school, specifically yung office ko. So, we need to abide with the format ng Davao Doc. So, whatever is the format, we need to follow that. Okay? Even sa mga thesis, no, andun. If you want to ask me the research manual, no, I've laid down all of the format there. No, you can ask all of the formats sa thesis ninyo, sa mga statistical tables ninyo from my office. Okay, next is the coefficient. Ito yung importante. Isa sa mga pinaka-importante na nire-report. Actually, ito talaga, pinaka-sentro. The coefficients. Okay? Sa coefficient, no? Sa coefficient, what you need to report here, actually, ito talaga, typically ito talaga lahat. Okay? Meron dito constant. Okay? You can see here constant. Yung row ng constant na yan, usually sa mga social sciences, wala siyang bearing. So, pwede mo siyang alisin lang ito, hindi mo siya i-report yung first row ng constant na may 2.979, 0.339, 8.78, at 88 at saka less than 0.01. Ginagamit lang kasi yung constant in the case of yung sa mga nagkakandak ng study na may kinalaman sa business, na business studies, no, kasi may importansya sa kanila yung siniset na constant. When you say constant kasi, if you set it 0, ilan yung ipipredict niya initially? Ganun yung meaning ng constant, no? Sa mga business analyst kasi, importante sa kanila yung ganun kasi may kinalaman sa price, projected income, no? Let's say pag i-set nila into 0, no, even though may mga constant factors sila, ilan yung pwedeng price na itaas, no, by looking at the constant value. Actually, sa atin, sa nursing, since we are covered with the social science discipline, pwedeng hindi na siya pwedeng alisin na lang siya. But in some other school, pinapa-report pa rin as if you need to display all of the values that is reported by the SPSS. So, let me contextualize this in our format kasi I have given you already yung format na binigay ko, how to report yung data naka-table. Di ba meron kayong copy, no? Sample table. Okay, this is our format. Now, this is our format. Can you see this clearly? Ito yung format natin. Okay? We're using pala Arial 12 at saka yung length ng bond paper kung magtitesis, ano na kayo, thesis 1 and 2. Dati kasi Times New Roman. So, since ISO na tayo, we need to abide with the ISO, yung format na binigay. Yung Arial 12, then A4. A4 yung size. Okay, Arial 5, then A4. Okay, whatsoever with that format, let us proceed, no? So lagyan muna natin ng SOP. There's an SOP above. Tapos sa baba, lagay mo kung ilang SOP yan, yun din yung number ng table mo. So table number 5, the test of influence of alarm fatigue on work role functioning. So ganun lang yung name ng table mo. At pangalanan mo yung table mo. Right here sa right side, now we have your independent variable. Your independent variable is alarm fatigue. On the other side is work role functioning. If you want to ask me, this format, I can send you. I think meron naman kayo, keep that file for future use, no? We have also the unstandardized coefficient, standardized coefficient. The difference between standardized coefficient, no, based on yung pagka-accurate ng data. Usually, I ask the psychometricians, they are expert about this, what is standardized and unstandardized, no? They have kasi psych stat, no? I ask them, no? Kasi in their board exam daw, tinanong daw sa kanila, kung pipiliin daw nila yung ni-report ng regression between standardized at saka unstandardized, ano daw yung mas accurate? But based on the book, no, it is always accurate yung standardized coefficient. Kasi yung standardized coefficient, nanggagaling ito sa raw data then pinaliit mo siya. Ginawa mo siyang na-transform na siya into z-scores. Standardized coefficient kasi nanggaling pa ito sa raw data mo. But again and again, our format, no, though mas maganda i-report si standardized, sinasali pa rin yung unstandardized for just comparison only. So we need to follow na lang. Report all the standardized at saka unstandardized coefficients. So again and again, back again with your SPSS, let me copy this first, no, yung coefficient table. Then punta muna tayo doon sa table, no, yung DDC format. Ay, dali lang. Can you follow? Medyo na ano ba? Can you follow? Can you still follow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hindi lang give me ample time to screenshot ko na lang. Kailangan natin ito. Yan. Ayan. Okay. Do you have same results? How about the others? So, let us copy and paste na lang. Okay? Copy and paste. Sana yan. Sandali lang may double check muna ako. Mistakes.